Welcome to the quick tutorial guide for the group exercise on decision making for climate change. We will use CLIMACT PRIO, a tool developed by IHS for climate awareness, decision support, and capacity building for the prioritization and assessment of climate adaptation actions at the city's level. In this video, we will provide the following contents. Here are the important notes and instructions for the participants of our group exercise. You will be able to work as a group online using a single decision tool available on Google Drive. You are divided into 6 groups of 9 to 10 participants each. By now, you should already know who your groupmates are as well as their email addresses. You have to work together on certain activities in consultation with each other. However, there are certain tasks you have to perform independently. You are advised to contact your team members and make a joint working plan in order to meet the submission requirements for the group work. This group work is the final output for the e-learning course. Your performance will be evaluated on the basis of your contribution to the group work. A quick guide on how to find the group exercise on decision making on Blackboard. On the Blackboard page for Sustained e-learning course on climate resilient urban development, you will find on the left-hand side the link to the group exercise. Click the link to go inside the group exercise for CLIMACT PRIO. This page contains information about the background and objectives, a section on vulnerability assessments, as well as the links for the CLIMACT PRIO tool on Google Drive. For this exercise, you are asked to play the role of a climate change expert for providing advice to the mayor on how to prioritize climate change adaptation actions to address the specific needs of the city. It is critical to complete each step before moving on to the next. The aim of this exercise is to identify and prioritize local adaptation actions to reduce vulnerability in a given city. The analysis must be done not only to identify adaptation actions, but also to choose which actions should be implemented first, a process referred to as prioritization. The main part of the analysis is based on the application of IHS CLIMACT PRIO, a tool that applies the multiple criteria analysis evaluation. Multiple criteria analysis, or MCA, is a multi-step analysis based on the synthesis of already existing vulnerability assessment studies. The results from this analysis will assist the decision-making process in choosing priority adaptation actions. The purpose of this analysis is not to assess the vulnerability anew, but to bridge the gap between existing scientific knowledge and the decision-making process based on available information. In addition, by following this approach, other objectives or criteria such as local development benefits should be identified. The Excel-based IHS CLIMACT PRIO tool will guide you through the various steps of the analysis and can assist you to present the results of the assessment in a graphical form. Here are the instructions on how to go about with the group work. First, read the vulnerability assessment of your given city. Go to your group's online CLIMACT PRIO tool available on Google Drive. Follow the instructions one by one. Also, carefully read the instructions. Lastly, prioritize actions according to the selected criteria for your given city. Each group has been provided with a vulnerability assessment material for a given city. Moreover, each group has an individual Excel sheet for the CLIMACT PRIO tool. To learn more about the individual steps for the group exercise, all in all, there are 7 individual steps, starting with the identification of vulnerable sectors to calculation of weighted scores. Read the instructions very carefully. To start with the exercise, provide your name and take note of your representative color. A vulnerability assessment profile has been provided to you. As a group, indicate which sectors' priority actions should be considered for reducing vulnerability. Each member of the group selects one adaptation action. Write the action on the space provided for each participant. Think of an action that will reduce vulnerability in a cost-effective way. Each individual participant should rank all 10 proposed actions, using a number from 1 to 10 with 1 as the best action. Discuss with your colleagues why you have ranked the actions in such way and revise your ranking if necessary. In the end, which are the top 5 actions according to the ranking? Give a short descriptive name for each action in the space provided for. As a group, propose 3 additional criteria to evaluate the actions. Provide a short definition for each criterion. Make sure that the criteria are measurable, reliable, relevant, non-redundant, complete, independent, and decomposable. As an individual participant, rank the criteria by using a number from 1, which is the most important criterion, to 6, or the least important. In the end, rank the criteria from the most important to the least important one. Score each action against each criterion by providing a value based on the measurement scale provided. This should be done by each individual participant. Observe whether there are differences between the scores. Are there big differences observed? Discuss with your group members or revise your initial ranking if necessary. Keep in mind that each individual participant has to score each of the top 5 actions against each of the 6 criteria. For Activity 6, we assign weights to each of the 6 criterion. For each criterion, each individual participant should assign a level of importance verbally, from very high to very low, as well as provide their corresponding numerical scale. Make sure that your verbal and numerical weights correspond with each other. Finally, observe how the weighted scores were calculated. In the end, you will find the final scores and corresponding ranks of each action. Are you satisfied with the results? Should these be the priority actions of the city? For questions or clarifications, please do not hesitate to contact us. Good luck and have fun with the group exercise.